Another day, another episode. It's Happy Hour Japan. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Kevin. Otsukare-sama.
Hi, kanpai.
Alright, now I'm ready.
So before we get into today's episode, first, we want to thank you guys for commenting so much. It's really great, some of the comments and feedback we're getting. We really enjoy it, and yes, we are working on some videos based on that feedback. So
absolutely. I know we had some comments about talking about Japanese stereotypes. And I think one of the stereotypes that you might encounter, and I think it's definitely a true stereotype in a lot of senses, is that the Japanese people rather, don't always say what they mean.
My hand.
Oh yeah.
Cheese. Hand. In hand.
Oh yes. I first-hand experience on that one. Yeah.
My wife. So today we were going to introduce honne and tatemai.
So Kevin, what is honne and tatemai?
So honne is your true feelings. So it's funny because the Japanese recognize that they do this, and it's part of their culture. They understand it's part of their culture, and they have these two words, honne and tatemai, to specifically address this, difference between what you say and maybe what you're feeling.
Yeah, my wife always tells me, she's like, you just don't understand me, and I swear it's because of this.
And I think in Western culture, I know certainly for us in America, that if you say one thing and you think another, you're two-faced.
Right.
Or, you're not, very nice if you say one thing.
Just not being honest with people.
Maybe. Yeah, I think that's kind of the general feeling here in the States. But in Japan, it's different. They don't see it as being two-faced. It's more about, and it's not used in that way. You say certain things to protect the wa, or the harmony.
Right, the harmony of the group.
Of a group, yeah.
It's mostly used to kind of pad a situation, make things less direct.
They don't want to disturb the peace and the friendly feelings that people have. Everyone wants to feel good and feel a part of the group. So you try not to say things that make people feel outcast, or things that might make people feel uncomfortable or uneasy. You stay away from those things. Honne and tatemai. Another great example is in the workplace. It's very highly emphasized in the workplace, because if you get a job and you just don't want to do it, for example, your honne, your true feelings, might be like, oh, God damn it, I don't want to do this.
Yeah. Yeah, but tatemai would be like...
Tatemai would be, yorokonde.
Oh, of course.
Yes, sure, please, I'll do it. And you put a smile on your face. And it's kind of, we see that here in America. So, you could definitely relate to some of that. But I think there's a limit that Western culture has for those kinds of things. And at a certain point, you're not expected to really fake it that much. Yeah. Whereas in Japan, it's much more...
You have to keep it going.
Yeah.
Can you imagine doing that your whole career? Wow. That's a lot of work, a lot of effort. Yeah. But hey, it goes with the territory.
So Japanese people come as normal. So it's not something that's like going the extra mile. Sometimes they want to unwind, and I think that's what the After 5 is all about. So they can kind of get rid of the tatemai and, get their honne out.
Yeah. And then they can blame it on being drunk the next day.
That's right. That's why beer and alcohol is so important in Japanese culture.
So say you move in with a Japanese roommate. I haven't done this. Well, I did actually. It was my girlfriend at the time. So girlfriend, roommate, same thing. Anyways, you'll be shocked when their tatemai wears off and their true feelings, their honne, starts coming through, because you're like, wow, I thought I had this impression that all Japanese people were so polite all the time, and here she is saying these things, her true feelings. And, it's kind of refreshing, because you're like, okay, well, they aren't so different from you or I. At the same time, it could be a letdown too, because you have such lofty feelings about how these people are, right? So,
yeah. And, let's not confuse, honne as being always a bad thing. And like Aaron said, it can be refreshing. And honne just means what you're really feeling, whether that's love, or compassion or happiness, sadness. Sometimes you don't want to express your happiness because, someone's having a bad day. If everyone's trying to.
Yeah, or if you're in like a business meeting, you don't want to expose your honne because you might be perceived as weak, perhaps, for showing your emotions in that meeting, or uncontrollable, basically, uncontrolled.
Right. So I mean, it just means what you're feeling inside. Your human instincts or human emotions versus what the group atmosphere expects of you, and that's tatemae. And it's so ingrained in Japanese culture that they have these two words. I'm sure you'll run across them when you go to Japan. So I hope this episode has been useful.
Indeed. I know it helped me. It explains a lot, I tell you.
All right. Well,
thanks again for viewing. Have you ever experienced honne, tatemae? If you have, tell us your story. We want to know. It's fun, join the conversation. So, if you don't, that's okay too. We'll see you next time anyway. So, until then.
それでは、乾杯。
乾杯。